What is going on, guys, man? This is Goose, man. I'm coming back at your video, and hey, man, how about those Tigers, those LSU Tigers? As last night they defeated the Clemson Tigers 42-25 to win the 2019 National Championship in football. Man, just what an outstanding year for the Tigers is Joe Burrow. I mean, what more can you say about Joe Burrow? I mean, he Heisman winner, national championship. I mean, what Maxwell Award. I mean, you name it. When you name the award, he won it. When he came to LSU last year, there's a lot of people saying, "Who's Joe Burrow? Who's Joe Burrow?" He couldn't even, he can't even win the job at Ohio State. How is he going to do down here in the SEC? Well, the last year, yeah, he really didn't have a great year last year, but he didn't play awful last year. But he did, of course, he didn't have a year like this. Nobody saw a year like this. But 60 touchdown passes, 6 interceptions, threw for over 5,000 yards. I mean, he's gonna be the number one pick in the NFL draft. If Cincinnati passes on him for some reason, they just need to close shop and just close their uh, organization down and just contract if they don't pick this guy to be their quarterback of the future. I mean, this guy's from Ohio. It'd be it's a home state story for them. They gotta take him. But let's get back to this championship game. All I heard was the Clemson defense this, the Clemson defense that. I mean, I just knew if LSU didn't turn the ball over, I mean, LSU wasn't going to lose the game. What happened? LSU didn't turn the ball over. They scored over 40 points. They could have scored more. Jamar Chase got the touchdown pass, and then they could have had a touchdown pass at the end of the game. They kneeled on the ball, but hey, it is what it is. 42-25. LSU got down 17-7. They didn't waver. They outscored Clemson 35-8. After it was 17-7, it was 35-8. That tells you how much LSU dominated this football game. Once LSU figured out what Clemson was doing on defense, what they were trying to do, and Randall was able to figure out what Clemson was doing on offense, this game wasn't close. This game wasn't close. LSU destroyed Clemson, and you know what? If LSU had played Ohio State, it'd be the same thing. So before any Ohio State fans comes on here and says, "Oh, it would have been different if you played us," no, it wouldn't. We just scored over 40. You wouldn't have, and LSU would have beaten Ohio State just like they beat Clemson, just like they beat Georgia, and just like they beat Oklahoma. That's what would have happened if LSU had played Ohio State instead of Clemson. So let's get that out the way right now. Let's look at this LSU season. I mean, let's look at these points they put up this season: 55, 45, 65, 66, 42, 42, 36, 23 against Auburn. Then you had 46, 58, 56, 50, 37, 63. Then, of course, 42 points last night in the Superdome against Clemson. So, I mean, this was just a prolific offense all season long. You probably won't see anything like this maybe ever. I don't think so. I mean, 60 touchdown passes, 60. Man, that's gonna be hard to do. It just came together for LSU with Joe Burrow and the talented receivers they had. I mean, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Terrace Marshall, Thaddeus Moss, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. List goes on and on. LSU had 5 or 6 receivers that you can't cover them all. You can't cover them all. You can't. It's not going to happen. You cannot cover LSU's receivers all game. It's not going to happen. And they proved it 15 times this year. And they were the best team all year. I know there's a lot of talk about Ohio State being the most complete team. That's a bunch of bullshit. LSU was the best team by far all season long in college football. They never should have been ranked number 2 in the college football playoff for those few weeks. For some reason, though, they wanted to prop Ohio State up. But once LSU beat Georgia, they had no choice of putting LSU back number 1. LSU proved that they were the number 1 team in the playoffs. They beat Oklahoma 63-28. That game wasn't close. Then they beat Clemson 42-25, and LSU pulled away late in the first half, and the game was never close. I mean, yeah, it was close. If you want to say the closest score was 28-25, the score in the third quarter, yeah, it was close. But I mean, Clemson couldn't do anything after that point. LSU pulled away. They made the plays that they had to in the end. LSU had over 600 yards of offense. I mean, they just did what they had to do to win that football game. They weren't going to be denied, just like Joe Burrow said. They weren't going to be denied, and they weren't. So hats off to LSU football Tigers. It's been 12 years since they won a national championship. Back in 2007, they beat Ohio State. 2003, they beat Oklahoma. And 1958, they won the national championship in 1958. So that's four national championships for LSU. So it was a fun year, but so LSU fans will enjoy it. All off season the late signing days coming up. So we'll see how LSU can close out that. Um, you know, usually the national championship, you don't see those rewards till the following recruiting cycle, which would be 2021. That's when all the players get giddy about playing for the national champions. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. And I'll just say, go Tigers!